Using our fictitious company Lonnie Landscape and his first contact Mickey Mouse, looking at the proposal, we're going to take a first look at TetherPay. If Lonnie was standing with Mickey Mouse and just created his first proposal, and Mickey Mouse was ready to sign on the spot, this is where Lonnie would come. On the proposal overview page, he would add a payment. So he would add a date, and let's say he's picking up cash and a deposit, and he's picking up the first $1. So he would choose record that $1, and he would click OK, and that $1 would be recorded. Let's suppose that was a mistake and he meant to put in $10. While he could add another $9, we're going to show the option of a refund, and we're going to refund that $1 by putting in a negative $1. And now accounting wise, we're back to zero. Let's suppose now that we want to look at TetherPay and take the full payment by TetherPay credit card. That would be this option. Instead of a payment, it's going to be a final one as an example. And we're going to put in $175. Choose record. I have this warning that once you record these, you can't undo it. So I'm going to click OK. Now opens the credit card processing page. At the top section, it will bring in all of the contact's basic information. Mickey Mouse, address, phone number, etc. Assuming that that's going to match the card, we would leave that the same. Here we would enter the card number, the CVV number, that's the number on the back, and the expiration. When all of those are filled out, then the green button becomes available and Lonnie would be able to actually charge the card. You would click the button and it would take 10-15 seconds to go out, check the network, get the authorization, and come back, and it would then record it just like it did the $1. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and close this. So for your information, if you get to here and you're saying, I don't want to record this, you can close it with the X button in the top right hand corner, which will give us the opportunity now to change from the credit card to the ACH. If I change that to ACH and click the same record button, it will now open up the ACH form. Again, bringing in the contact's information. To allow you to enter the bank information. It defaults to checking and personal. When everything is filled out, the green button will become available and you'll be able to click the button. It takes the 10-15 seconds to go out and authorize and do its job, and then it'll come back and record it. Again, I'm going to cancel this. So that's how you would record on the spot sales, collecting either a deposit or a final or a progress. We're now going to look at this from a different point of view, as though you were sending it to the client to allow them to pay online through credit card or ACH. So that's the next thing we need to discuss, are the options that are available to present to the customer. You can allow them to add a tip. You can allow them to pay by credit card, and you can allow them to pay by ACH. So at a $175, I'm going to assume that ACH is not something that most people will do. Let's prepare this for sending an invoice to Mickey Mouse to let them pay. First thing would be to go to your worksheet and indicate whether you need a deposit or a final payment. If you wanted a deposit, we might need a 30% deposit, and so it would say that $52 would be needed. If you wanted a 20% progress payment, you would enter that here. But again, in Mickey Mouse's case, we're going to ask for just the final payment. I would save this. Having made any of these changes, I would save this. We're going to go over to the invoice. At the top is where we need to indicate what type of invoice will be sent, or rather what type of invoice will be seen when the customer opens the live document. So I'm going to change this to a deposit just for grins, and notice down here at the bottom it would say that the amount due is $52. If I change this to progress, the amount at the bottom that they would see on their invoice would be $35. If I put it to final, whatever the remaining amount is what will be shown as the amount due. Let's say that Lonnie has already finished the job. He's sending the invoice. They weren't home to charge immediately. And so the amount due would be the $175. So now that I've prepared the invoice so that the customer will see that information when it's open, now I'm going to go over to the overview page. I'm going to make sure that it's saved one more time. And now I can prepare or send the invoice itself. Send invoice, dear Mickey, there it is. Here's what the customer would see when they open it up. The statement of work, the line items, the invoice, the amount due at $175, and pay now via TetherPay credit card. So they can click here. The same form that Lonnie would have, pulling in the same information. The customer is able to put in their credit card, CVV, expiration. They're able to add a tip and pay when all of this stuff is put in place. When a customer opens a proposal to view it, the system will notify you. And when a proposal is paid, a message will be sent through the notification systems to let you know.